Hi everyone, welcome back. It's the end of the holiday season and it's currently 2024. So happy new year to y'all. I hope you all had a good one. And just a little simple video. While I wait for the IC for that Pong machine, I'm just going to do a quick video on something I had bought over the holidays that I felt I was a little bit overdue for. Part of the problem I have when I film videos for YouTube is you guys not being able to see all that well when I'm soldering, or you just don't have a good view of what I'm doing. So hopefully this will take care of that. This is a microscope camera that I purchased on Amazon. Now, it's not the best one you can find, and I was shopping around and seeing what I could do for the least amount of money that provided the best quality, and I honestly think this one isn't too bad. So, you know, there are those other ones that you can buy for $400 or $500, you know, the kind that Rossmann use and other bigger YouTubers that have electronic repair. Those ones are very good quality, and quite honestly, I can't see much of a difference from what those ones have compared to this one. So let me go ahead and show you what I got here. This is I can't remember the name of it now. Let me see. This is Hayear. Or Hayear, I don't know how to pronounce it. So it's H-A-Y-E-A-R. And this particular model is a 51 megapixel high definition display, trinocular, binocular, stereo microscope, electronic eyepiece. So when I saw this, it looked pretty good, and I was really expecting it to be a crappy quality when I actually hooked it up. But you'll see, it's very livable. So in the package, and what I'm going to do here is I'll actually just show you my monitor view. This is what it comes with. So this is the whole kit. Oops. So you've got the actual camera piece here. You've got a 0.5 times zoom. You have the power adapter and the HDMI cable. And here you have the remote, which I do have on my desk as well. So basically everything that I have attached and wired in is what I can't show. So that's why I'm showing you this. You've got two adapters for the microscope here and here. Now, I'm going to note a couple things later about this setup that kind of really threw me off, and I'll explain it later. But important thing is there's a workaround for it, and it's actually not that bad. So, yeah, this unit does have its, I wouldn't say issues, it's kind of picky how it wants to run. But once you kind of work around it, it's fine. So let me get into that now. I'll show you guys everything that it comes with. This is the remote, and I'll show you guys how this works a little bit later, and the downfalls of having to use this. Not so much downfalls, but you know, the things that you have to do to kind of make it work. So this is the eyepiece adapter that goes inside the microscope. This is the 30 millimeter adapter. The 30.5 I'm not using. It was a little bit too big, but you'll see how this works in a second. Now the camera itself is got the zoom lens already attached. You just detach it. You can see the sensor in there, and I'm just going to cover that back up. I'm a camera guy, so I'm kind of picky about exposing the sensor, get dust and all that crap on it. So the camera itself, you've got a spot for a mini SD card. And then here, you've got power, USB, and HDMI. Nothing on the other side or the bottom. And then on the back, you have all your controls. You've got the RF sensor, power LED, you got zoom in, zoom out, and then power. And then this also doubles for exposure settings. But this is all covered on the remote control as well, and I'll get into showing you guys how that works. So once you get this camera, depending on how you're going to set it up on your microscope, you're definitely going to want the zoom lens on it because it just makes your field of view a little bit better. So this is definitely going to go on it. Depending on your setup for your microscope, you're going to probably use this straight up or include one of these. I think if you have one of the trinocular microscope, I think this goes directly into the camera port for that, or eyepiece, whatever you want to call it. I really wish I'd gotten one of those microscopes. At the time when I bought my microscope, I didn't think I'd be ever filming anything, so live and learn. But I found this 30mm worked perfectly for my microscope, and I do have an M-scope, so if you have an M-scope microscope, it's probably going to work for that too. The way this works is that this will slip on to here, like so. And there is an O-ring on it, so it kind of gives a friction, holds it nice and tight. Just a gentle, even pressure until it stops. And then that's ready to go into your microscope, my eyepiece. Now, again, I don't have a trinocular microscope, so this is taking up one of the eyepieces. So this is my microscope as it sits. So I left this eyepiece in, and then I'm using this eyepiece for the camera. So all this does is it sits in here like this, and again, because of the O-ring right there, you're going to have a little bit of friction. Just slide it in gently, and then that's the only thing I don't like about this setup. Oh, you can't even see it. Let me just move this up a little bit. It slides in just like that. So the only thing I don't like about this setup is that this turns really, really easily. I haven't figured out a possible solution. I might be able to get some electrical tape and wrap a line around it, just to kind of stiffen it up a little bit. I don't know, we'll see. So the way I have this hooked up to my setup is I'm using HDMI and power. Now, when I first got this camera, I had it hooked up to the USB, directly to the USB port of the computer. That method works fine. However, the problem is when you are using the camera, you don't have any of the camera's internal functions. So you can't zoom, you can't adjust the brightness or anything. It's just an image that you can't do anything with. It doesn't make a difference on the image quality. It's just that you can't adjust anything, and you'll see what I mean here. I thought maybe I had a faulty camera, and I Googled the crap out of it, and I found that if you're using just the USB port, you can't have the functionality of the zoom and the exposure when you're using just USB. You have to have it through the HDMI. So that's why I have it set up like this now. So in order to make that work with my computer it's going from this HDMI connector to an HDMI to USB adapter and then into my computer. So it's like a small HDMI video capture device, and it works perfectly fine. It's great. So that is the camera and everything, how it works and how it's hooked up. Now you can see when the scope's not on, you get the color bars, like you would if the TV station was offline or something. But as soon as you turn that on, and then you get the intro screen, and then there's the image there. Now you can see it auto adjusts the brightness, and we'll get some stuff to look at under the scope. So you can see that it's a little bit blurry first of all. So let me do this. Let me go into scope view. There we go. So you can see, you can really read everything okay. I could zoom in to a specific part. And there you can see all the details. Nice cracked inductor there. So you can see, oh, nice solder balls. Again, I'm zooming out with my microscope here, and then when I do that I have to refocus. I think just like that. Now I'm hoping that is kind of in focus for you guys. Yeah, I can read that chip. Let me see here. I'm not 100% used to this yet, so I'm kind of trying to figure out where the focus is at. But you can see basically all the detail that you need to see. So I can go to, like, you know, a capacitor and a chip there, a whole bunch of different stuff. I can zoom right in. And you see the image gets dark because of the zoom. I can just do this. Focus. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. More light. Oh yeah, there we go. That's better. Now that's full zoom with my microscope. It does zoom in quite a bit. Now this is just using the microscope zoom. This is not even using the camera zoom, which is also available. But of course it's a digital zoom, so it kind of sucks. You can see it says 1.2 or 2, 2.5, and so forth. So this is digital zoom on the camera itself. But that is that. Now another thing that you can do is you can adjust the exposure for the image. And if I do this, plus left and right on the buttons here, you can see the exposure going up and down. And then it just went all the way down. So I go all the way back up. I can move it so I don't have that. Let's move it over here where there's not so much. Keep that metal off. And here I can actually just adjust the exposure as needed. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked the video, like it, and please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers!